Healy-Rae.
Thank you very much. Minister, I actually raised this with you in the same place last Wednesday evening. And I'm thinking about it, and I can't understand how fundraising has become a part of this gambling bill. Fundraisers, we know it. And the fundraising that I know that goes on in the clubs, and most of the work that's done in the GA clubs and the local soccer clubs, it's all volunteer work by volunteers who give up their time free of charge. But then there's things that have to be paid for, Minister, and I hope you're listening to me. There's things like insurance, there's things like travel to games and taking care of youngsters and hiring buses and things like that. And if them things cost money, and that's what the fundraiser is for. And I attend invariably one weekly lotto in a place called Guinea practically every Monday night. And I see 7 or 8 lads there carrying out that draw. And that's purely for to fundraise for their club, and they have a great club. On any night in Killarney, I could meet 5 different people selling tickets for their local GA club, like Spa, like Kilcummin, like the Crokes, like the Legion, and I remember too well, my father used to do the lotto every Friday night above in Lalsbar and Kilcummin for the Master Gehe Soccer Club. God Almighty, this government, I have to say, have a share of maybe good things done in your time. But you have a lot of bad things and a lot of bad hurt done to rural communities. But this will cap them all. This will cap the whole lot. And he'll go down in history and he'll be buried in history. Because if he think that people in those places that I have mentioned are going to take this line down, that they can't have their weekly lotto for to help their local GA or soccer club or basketball club or whatever it is, even other guest community. Because this is actually hitting at the heart and soul of rural communities and indeed urban communities that are struggling to survive as well. And the radio bingo that helps the Kerry Cartling bus, and I was involved a few weeks ago with a run from Mill Street, a vintage run from Mill Street to Killarney, and where so many people gave of their time and came out and supported that event. And and we thank Kerry Radio for what they are doing and have done and are continuing to do. But Minister, you sent us here to let it go through here tonight, and that he'll put in amendments in the Senate. I, as a TD that's elected here to Darlene, will not be supporting that kind of a notion that we'll give you the green light here this evening and depend on the Senate to reverse it or some amendment. Get it right here first, because I'm not for one will not be voting for it in its current form, and I'll make no bones about it. This is totally and absolutely wrong. Why are you including fundraising with gambling? We asked you there a few minutes ago about online gambling. Says something like that must be dealt with, but not clubs that are fundraising to try to develop our youth, to try to get them interested and to take them away from substance use and all the other things. And we really appreciate the volunteers and the chairmen and the secretaries and the treasurers and all the volunteers that help with youngsters, because they need time, and we appreciate all the volunteering that has been done by fellas like Danny Healy and Richie McAuliffe and the Keefs and Guinea and all those people, they deserve fierce credit. same in Rathmore and right around the whole place. They're doing massive work for our young generation that's coming up. And we can't interfere, impact on that in any way. Take your noses out of it and do the things that need to be done. But stay away from these clubs, and we've got it loud and clear. There's phone after phone call all day and all the week since this started. See, what are they at? Stay away from that altogether and deal with the issue of online gambling, because that's what the trouble is. The clubs are no problem. The volunteers are no problem. And them are the people that need support, rather than trying to stop them or block them with this bill. And saying to us here, we'll let it go to the Senate. Well, I'm not letting it go to the Senate anyway. I'll be voting clearly against it, full stop, because it shouldn't be mentioned at all. And you see, the people don't trust you, and that's the God's honest truth. Do you see what he tried to do with the referendum? Tried to cut the people. And this could be the same thing. It must be spelled out clear what this bill is about, and take the fundraising and out of it completely. It has nothing to do with it. And steer away from it. The people don't trust you, and they're asking me what's going on at all, or what are the whole lot of you gone mad? And including myself. I says I'm not. I'm trying to stop it. I spoke against it last week. And until I dropped dead actually talking about it, if he'll interfere with GA clubs and sporting clubs and all the different clubs, they have only a few ways to fundraise, and this was the one way, successful way that they have found to do it. Most clubs do it, and that's how they're staying going, and the few that don't are in trouble. So I'm appealing to you, get it right before you expect TDs inside here to vote for it, because I'm not voting for it this way.